Hello, folks. It is time for me to bring you something super shiny. Why? Because those are my favorite things, of course. I really love the things that capture my attention, that I can't look away from, that I find myself drawn to. Maybe I'm part magpie, part crow, I don't know. But I will tell you that I like sharing the things that are shiny with you all. So today I'm going to share with you this magnificent shiny crystal. Look at that beauty. It is heavy. I want to say it probably weighs about a pound. Okay, that's not that heavy, but it's heavy enough and it's pretty big and it is luscious. Look at the way it refracts the images and it's so beautiful. You know, this is one of my favorite views. I don't know about in this particular one because it's got some matte going on there, but usually that view is just so stellar. So anyway, I'm going to share this with you and I'm going to talk and I'm going to spin it and perhaps you can drop deeply into trance. Perhaps you can notice how good it feels to listen to the sound of my voice, to look at the spinning crystal, and to find yourself utterly, absolutely, delightfully lost in how good it feels to let your unconscious mind give in to the sound of my voice. To relax your mind just a bit. Whether or not you relax your body remains to be seen, but your conscious self, your conscious mind, doesn't really need to be here right now. So allow your unconscious mind to pay attention to the things that I say, to how delightful it is to try to lose yourself in how many different facets of this crystal there are, to feel how very nice it is to just accept that you're going to surrender to the images, to the ideas, to the sound of my voice, to the suggestions that I give you about going deeply into trance, about how good it can feel to go deeply into trance, about how your unconscious mind wants only to make sure that you live the best life you possibly can. And that may involve changing some ideas that you have. That may involve giving into some new thoughts. That may involve some new ideas that are healthy and happy for you. So let your unconscious mind think about how good it feels to pay attention to the sound of my voice, to give in to the suggestions, to notice that it is so hard to count how many different facets you might see or how many different changes of light or color there are as I move this crystal around, and then for your unconscious mind to realize that you can drop deeply into trance, that you can give in powerfully and effortlessly to the things that I say, and that when you do that, you notice that your mind feels so much better. Maybe you're the kind of person that thinks a lot of the time. You hear voices in your head, whether they're yours or somebody else's, and your head always feels so busy. So let yourself give in to the idea that your unconscious mind can let your conscious self go. Your conscious self can think whatever it pleases, but it is non-interfering. It's simply there. Maybe it's going on vacation. Maybe you can find yourself clearly and easily examining all sorts of other things on a conscious level while your unconscious mind pays attention to what I say, pays attention to how easy it is to drop deeply into trance, how you can notice that giving up that control for a brief moment in time is wonderful. It feels so effortless, so easy. And of course, the more you find yourself giving in to the things that I say and the sound of my voice, the more easily you can find yourself going into trance now and from now on, as long as it's safe and appropriate to do so. And the more you find yourself doing these things, the more you find yourself dropping into trance, the more you find yourself giving in to the suggestions that I give you, the more your unconscious mind realizes how powerful it is, how able it is, how adept it is, how comfortable it can be at recognizing the suggestions that are good for you and safe for you to accept, and the ones that you're going to find yourself rejecting or adjusting to suit you better. So drop and sink down deeper than before. Feel yourself say yes and give in to how wonderful it feels to not have to think, to allow your body to notice that staring blankly at this crystal, or allowing your eyes to close because it feels like your eyelids are so heavy and it would be better to just shut them so you listen to the sound of my voice, that doing those things allows your unconscious mind a clarity, perhaps, that you've been wanting and needing. The idea that your unconscious mind can pay attention to things that are important, make changes in your head, make changes in your thoughts and your behavior patterns, and that can be easy, that those can be things that you can find yourself welcoming and accepting and giving into. And that the more you find yourself doing those things, the deeper in trance you go, the more powerful that state seems to be for you. The easier it is for your unconscious mind to accept that you are simply, effortlessly, and easily giving into trance, finding that suggestions become simple for your unconscious mind to accept, to pay attention to follow along with, and to give into. How easily can you find yourself surrendering to the crystal, to the sound of my voice, to how good it feels to not have to do anything else right now? Sometimes that whole lack of responsibility, that whole giving in, is exactly what you need at any given point in time. So allow your brain to think about what you really want. What would make your life better? What decisions could you find yourself making that would make a difference? Let your unconscious mind right now know that there's a choice. Let your unconscious mind know right now that there's a choice you need to make, that there is a decision you need to make, there's an action you need to take. You know it. Your unconscious mind knows it. And that you can find that your unconscious mind just goes, okay, yes, we're going to make that decision, we're going to make that change, we're going to take that action as soon as we possibly can. Just like that. And as your brain does that, notice how there is a certain tension that releases somewhere in your body. And as that tension releases somewhere in your body, you feel relief, you feel better, you feel good. Do you feel relaxed? Maybe. But that's not important. The important thing is that your unconscious mind realizes that by simply following along and paying a little bit of attention, you can find yourself giving in to making the choices you need, to making the changes you need to change your life for the better. So sink and drop down more and more deeply into trance right now. Let your unconscious mind hold on to how good that feels. Let your unconscious mind say yes to how very good that feels. And when your unconscious mind has said yes, you've thought yes, you've said yes, you've made those choices, you've made that change, find yourself coming back up on the count of 10, feeling better and better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a nice deep breath in. 7, open your eyes if they were closed. 8, move around and wiggle your body a little bit to get it feeling back to normal. 9 and 10, wide awake. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for making a comment on whether or not you found yourself making some changes while you watched. Have a really great rest of your day, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye.